Myself, I am R.BHUSHAN. Welcome to ASG IAS. ASG IAS believe in quality, commitment, and success. Join our foundation course for PT, mains, interview. The important topic what I am going to share you, powering the healthcare engine with innovation. Powering the healthcare engine with innovation. This article I have taken from Hindu newspaper. There is a potential for private care providers, innovators, and startups to be partners in AYUSHMAN Bharat scheme. AYUSHMAN Bharat scheme. It has been close to 18 months since the Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the countrywide implementation of AYUSHMAN Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana PMJAY or the National Health Protection Scheme. The initial momentum has been very encouraging. The scheme is currently being implemented in 32 of 36 states and union territory. It has provided 84 lakh free treatments to poor and vulnerable patients for the secondary and tertiary elements at 22,000 impaneled hospitals countrywide under PMJAY. There is one free treatment every 3 seconds and 2 beneficiaries verified every second. Expanding the supply side. As the scale of the scheme grows, a key area of focus is to expand the secondary and the tertiary hospitals expanded under PMJAY and ensure their quality and capacity while keeping the cost down. At present, there is a one government bed for every 1,844 patients and one doctor for every 11,082 patients. In the coming year, considering 3% hospitalization of PMJY covered beneficiaries, the scheme is likely to provide treatment to 1.5 crore patients annually. This means physical and human infrastructure capacity would need to augmented vastly. Conservative estimates suggest that we would not more than 150,000 additional beds, especially in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, while a comprehensive long-term strategy will focus on expanding hospitals and human resources infrastructure. An effective near-term approach is needed to improve efficiency and bridges gaps within the existing supply and likely to demand a strong yet under-tapped lever for accelerating health system efficiency and bridging these gaps is mainstream innovations in the Indian health system. Transformative solution. India's burgeoning entrepreneurial spirit combined with a systematic push for the development of a startup ecosystem has led to a plethora of innovation in healthcare. It is estimated that there are more than 4,000 healthcare technology startups in India today. Startups are working to bring innovative technologies and business model that leapfrog infrastructure, human resources, cost-effective and efficiency challenges in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. Artificial intelligence platform that aid in the rapid radiology diagnosis in the low resources settings, tele-ICU platform to bridge the gap in high-skilled critical care personnel, centralized drone delivery of the blood, medicines and vaccines to reach remote locations cost effectively and reliably are all no longer just theoretical ideas. They are real solutions that are ready to test it on the ground and potentially implemented. It is a high time for the transformative solution to make their way into our hospitals, especially in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities to turbocharge the way healthcare it is delivered at this scale. This mainstream of the healthcare innovation is lined with the challenges at every step. The friction in their path to market often stems from the multiple regions, addressing the constraint. One challenge is non-uniform regulatory and validation standards. Regulatory requirements, specifically for biomedical startups, are still evolving in India. As a result, hospitals often rely on the foreign regulatory certifications such as FDA and CE, especially for the riskier devices and instruments. In addition, it is difficult for a startup to understand the minimum necessary validation requirement in order to qualify for the procurement by hospital. Lack of standards in this area leads to huge variation in validation requirement in states and hospitals, forcing the startup into a spiral piloting studies. The government is now pushing ahead to overhaul into Indian medtech regulatory standards and product standard, which will help bridge this trust deficit. Another problem in promoting a startup is the operational liquidity crunch due to the long gestation period. Healthcare startups spend long periods of time in the early development of their product, especially where potential clinical risks are concerned. The process of testing the idea and the working prototype, receiving certification, performing clinical and commercial validations, and raising funds in a low trust and unstructured environment makes the gestational period usually long, thereby limiting the operational liquidity of the startup. Another hurdle is the lack of incentives and adequate framework to grade and adopt innovations. Healthcare provides and clinicians, given limited bandwidth, often lack the incentives, operational capacity, and the frameworks necessary to consider and adapt innovation. This leads to a limited tractions for startup promoting innovative solution. Startups also face procurement challenges in both public and private procurement. They lack the financial capacity to deal with the lengthy tenders and the roundabout the process of the price discovery. Private procurement is complicated by the presence of the fragmented customer base and limited systematic channels for distribution. To accelerate this process of mainstream innovation within the hospital system in India, we need to focus on identifying promising market-ready healthcare innovation that are ready to be tested and developed to deployed at scale. There is a need to facilitate standardized operational validation studies that are required for the market adoption to help ease out of the startup procurement process such that solution can be adopted with confidence. This in effect will serve the entire ecosystem of the healthcare innovation by the opening up healthcare markets for all. A strong theme in mature healthcare system in other parts of the world is vibrant and seamless interface between hospitals and healthcare startups. Through Ayushman Bharat, India has the unique opportunity to develop a robust ecosystem where the hospital actively engage with the healthcare startup by providing access to test bed, communicating their needs to effectively adopting promising innovation. Startups can be effective collaborators for the most pressing healthcare delivery challenges faced by hospitals as opposed to being mere suppliers of technology or services. We believe that the launch and the expansion of Ayushman Bharat PMJY is a watershed movement for the Indian healthcare service delivery system. The government has taken a big step by rolling out world's largest and most ambitious publicly funded with the Care Assurance Program. We are now calling out to private sector healthcare providers, health innovators, industry, and startups to become equal partner in this movement. The dream of an accessible, affordable, high-quality healthcare system for all will be achieved when we work in alignment to complement each other and jointly undertake the mission of creating an Ayushman Bharat. Amitabh Kant is a CEO, Niti Aayog, India, Indu Bhushan. This article was written by Amitabh Kant, and Indu Bhushan is a CEO, Ayushman Bharat, PMJ, and National Health Authority. The views expressed are personal. Thank you so much to watch my program. Wish you all the best, and please share, subscribe, and like. Thank you so much. God bless India.